If you're looking for a modified Defender, we've got you covered with these three. Everything from the classic Twisted that's got all the essential kit you need on it. Then we've got a one of one. And then this, the competition bowler Defender. So we're going to take an in-depth look around all three of them. We'll go left to right, start with the Twisted, because for me, this was always the company that was just associated with building the coolest Defenders back in the day, and still do. So this is obviously a Defender 90, as they all are. And being the Twisted, it's got loads of really cool aesthetic bits, like the 18-inch wheels, wrapped in these all-terrain tyres, so you can go anywhere you want. All this black on the side steps here, mud flaps as well. So it's kind of a really nice blend of something that looks really cool, but you can still take anywhere. Should also mention it's not just aesthetic, it has the Twisted progressive suspension as well, but inside is where this is really elevated above a standard Defender with all this leather in black, contrasting red with red stitching. These Recaro seats on the journey here, they were so comfortable. As standard, these cars aren't necessarily renowned for being the most comfortable, but these seats are great. Again, the steering wheel's retrimmed and branded with Twisted, as are the instrument gauges. It's still utilitarian, you still feel like you could take it anywhere, but it's really elevated and feels like, you know, if you're driving it around town every day as well, it's just a really nice bit of kit. So, on to the next one. This one you may have seen us cover before. It's one that was commissioned by us when it was new. We sold it and we've since got it back to sell again. We love it. It is the Ferrari inspired one of one Overland Defender, Italia edition. So, similar sort of theme to the Twisted, that it's really elevated in an aesthetic way with all the black kit on it now. You've got the off-road sort of guards underneath. They're done in yellow, which is a nice nod to Ferrari. And on the side, instead of the Scuderia shields, you've got this vent in yellow. Again, just like that, we're wrapped in pretty serious all-terrain tyres, so you can go anywhere you want. Really rugged, but really cool. Inside, now if you haven't seen this, this is where this one is especially cool, because this leather was actually specially requested from the Ferrari factory, is Ferrari Crema leather with Bordeaux inserts. So you've got the Daytona inserts, just like you would on a Ferrari. Momo steering wheel, and all these sort of Italian accents. I think this is just a ridiculously cool thing. Like, you won't see anything else like it. So if you've got a collection of Ferraris, can you imagine that sat behind it? Or if you're into Ferraris, but you need to get off-road anywhere, well, Purosangue is about over 400 grand, so this could be a nice option. So if these two are made to be more luxurious and stylish than a normal Defender, this one is something way more serious altogether. You've probably heard of Bowler for their crazy Defenders, and this was made for a one-make race series for these cars. And it really, really is a go-anywhere, properly serious off-road machine. So you've got these front bumpers, which I wouldn't want to get hit by them. Laser lights on the front, so you can even go off-roading overnight. Again, really serious tyres. Bilstein suspension. And of course you've got the snorkel up here for wading. And inside, yeah, this is totally different to the other two. So it's basically all about being light and holding you in over serious terrain. So this is actually Motorsport UK approved roll cage. You've got the Bowler bucket seats with harnesses. And it's also got a Bowler engine tune as well to give you a bit more poke than standard to get over all that crazy terrain. It is very serious in there, isn't it? And I just think it looks super cool while you're at it as well. You know, this one is more about what you can do with it than how it looks, but it is a very cool machine to go off-roading in. Now, one of the biggest aspects about these three overstandard Defenders is the way they drive, and they're all completely different from each other. So what we're going to do, we're going to hop in, take them out on the road and let you know what they're like. So this is the Twisted, and I've always loved how these things look, but I've never had a go in one. And what makes these so cool is they just take the Defender, which is not renowned for being a particularly refined car, and whilst, yeah, it's not a Range Rover, they just refine all these little bits to make it much more livable day to day. So we're going over a bumpy road now. It's perfectly smooth, and it's just super easy to drive. It's got upgraded engine mounts as well, which make it a lot smoother. And it's actually a surprisingly nice thing to go down the road in, but should you want to go off-road, it would just go anywhere. Also, the sun's out, which is a bit strange in October given the weather we've had, and it's quite a rare thing to have a sunroof on one of these as well, which is nice. It just makes the cabin feel a lot more airy. And these Recaro buckets are just so nice. Really smooth leather on them. Alcantara headlining. It just makes it feel like such a special car compared to a standard Defender. This is a really cool opportunity, I think, to drive 3 of these completely different Defenders back to back. So we're going to go back now and get in the Overland and see what that's like. So if the Twisted is like a luxury Defender, to me the Overland is almost like, if such a thing existed, a sporty Defender. So we've got upgraded I-back springs, Bilstein adjustable suspension, so you actually have a button here to change the firmness of the suspension in a Defender, which is just basically unheard of. But actually the ride is really smooth on roads like this for one of these. But the sport part comes, if you push that button you can firm it up, from a hybrid turbo, an upgraded intercooler, sports exhaust and a remap. So we've got over 200 horsepower in this, and it definitely feels really strong for one of these in the mid-range. These are different bucket seats to in the Twisted, but still super comfortable, super nice leather, obviously being Ferrari leather. And I noticed when we were driving around quite a few people earlier on, it gets so much attention in this colour scheme. Momo steering wheel as well is smaller than the standard Defender steering wheel, again just makes it feel a bit more sporty. And it's just a really cool thing to be in with this interior and the cream headlining. Yeah, it does pick up really nicely for one of these. Very cool car. Now onto something which I imagine is going to be really different, the Bowler Defender. So we're in the Bowler now, and this is a different thing altogether. As you can probably tell from my voice being raised, this is a proper off-road motorsport Defender, totally stripped out, proper bucket seats. I nearly put the harnesses on for full motorsport feel, but went for the seatbelt in the end. It is a wild machine. I bet this would be hilarious to take through the woods. Now this has a remap, so again you've got a bit more poke and some weight stripped out of it. It's pretty serious Bilstein suspension and all this roll cage to make it really stiff. If you like the other two, you probably don't like this one, and vice versa. But if you're wanting something really serious, one of the most serious Defenders you can get, look no further than this one. It's so cool. So if you want to own one of the most serious off-roaders around, this is a 2013 car. It's only done 12,000 miles. It's 39,990. Now the other two, fairly similar in price, so it could be a tough choice between these. This is a 2015 car, 34,000 miles on it. This one is up at 56,900. The Twisted is a one-owner car, only 13,000 miles on it since 2015, so it's almost like new. This one is up at 54,900. You can't go wrong with any of these. I'm sure you have your favourite, so let us know in the comments which one you like. And if you are interested in any of them, give David or John a call on 0114 256 5040.